All right, welcome back to the Attack the Rack YouTube channel. Today we've got a special interview brought to you by Sammy Go Blue. He is interviewing Colin Weber. Colin Weber is a tight end for Rutgers University, played his first 3 years at Charlotte, and has recently transferred to the Big Ten school, Rutgers. Hey, before we get to that interview, we just want a friendly reminder, if you have not yet subscribed to the Attack the Rack YouTube channel, please take a half a second, click that subscribe button. It's free for you, but it does a ton for us and our channel. Also, if you're looking to sponsor anything we're doing for 2025, shoot us an email, attacktherack3333 at gmail.com. All right, Sammy, take it away.
Today we are lucky to have Colin Weber, a current tight end on the Rutgers Scarlet Knights football team. Colin, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good, I'm doing good. Good. First off, let's get a quick update. What's going on in Colin's world right now?
Nothing really. I've been home for the last month or so, just enjoying family time. And this Friday, I'm heading out to New Jersey to get ready to go one more year. So,
Colin hails from Hopkins, Michigan. He's a local product, played at Charlotte, and now via transfer portal is in Piscataway, New Jersey. What is it like at Piscataway?
yeah, we went on a visit early December, my family and I, and we really enjoyed it. It's a cool little city. The campus is awesome, and then the facilities I was really blown away by. Obviously Big Ten is well funded everywhere you go, but man, the recovery and the food options too, it blew me away.
So a drastic difference from where you came from.
Yes.
Let's talk about where it started.
Hmm.
Now, that started, like I said earlier, in Hopkins, Michigan. Give us a little bit about your experiences in a small farm town, grit, punch you in the mouth, football culture. Can you tell us a little bit more about that and maybe a good memory?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you really said it. It's gritty farm town, not a lot of people, blue collar. I felt like, we always felt like we were the underdog. We always had a chip on our shoulder, and I think that's kind of what makes Hopkins Hopkins, right? Is you get overlooked a lot, and we had a lot of fun with that. And I think one of my favorite memories was 2021, my senior year. We were playing in the district. This is a basketball memory now. This the
Okay.
district semifinals. We were down two to Otsego, taking the ball out of bounds. We had 3 seconds left, and I nailed a buzzer beater three to send us to the district finals, which we went on and won.
Okay. Buzzer beater. What is that like? Because not many people get to experience that.
Right.
What is that like?
It was cool, man. The whole student section jumped on top of me, and I was it was getting crushed at the bottom of the pile, but
Gotcha.
it was a surreal experience. I was fortunate to be able to experience that.
Gotcha. I was part of a buzzer beater, but on the other end. And I can
Oh
tell you that,
no.
I was the assistant coach for Fenville, and we lost a buzzer beater at Saugatuck. And I can remember Coach Klingler. I never seen anybody snap a clipboard on their leg, like just snap it. Just bam, snap. And it was just like that just happened.
Yep.
It's just a weird feeling because you're just like in shock. As a coach, you want to like you're trying to like console, try to
Right.
be, but you're kind of in shock also. So senior comes along at Hopkins. You have some options. Obviously, you're a physical to me a physical specimen. Now I'm 5'6", 205. You're 6'4", what, 225, 250,
255.
255. So you're a physical specimen. Maybe not at a senior as a senior in Hopkins, but you have choices.
Yeah, so I had some offers for basketball, mostly MAC schools, and then obviously football. Same thing. I had a couple, Central Michigan, and then some FCS offers, and Charlotte swooped in late my senior year and offered me, and took a visit with my family and loved it and committed probably not even a month later. And man, it's been 3.5 years now. So
Gotcha. Now, we're in an age of coaching carousels and transfer portals. Before we get into that, tell me about your time at Charlotte. Tell me what you liked, Tell me about your position coaches. Tell me a little bit about the campus life. Tell me a little bit about maybe a favorite dive restaurant in the Charlotte area that you like go to.
Yeah, it was a blast. I met a lot of my best friends there and really enjoyed the area. Really enjoyed my time there. The weather is obviously a lot better than it is here in West Michigan. But it was great. I think the biggest thing for me that if there was one knock, it would be that we didn't win a lot of football games. But other than that, everything about it was awesome. And the coaching staffs that came into contact with, although I had five tight end coaches in 3.5 years, I loved every single one of them and I learned a lot. And, it's definitely a great experience for me to take a lot of things away from. And if I had to give you a restaurant, there's a spot called Carolina Ale House up the road. It's a good spot. Me and my buddies used to hit that every Sunday after the game. So
What's the campus like there? What's the student body like?
yeah, it's a bigger campus or school and campus than people think. I think there's 33,000 undergrad now.
Oh,
A lot of people don't realize it's that big, but the campus life is good. I think as far as the bar scene goes, that's more of an Uber ride to downtown. There's not like your traditional Michigan States or Michigans where the bars are right next to campus. Because it's such a big city, you're gonna be going into the city if you want kind of the nightlife. But we didn't mind that. That was fun for us, and so yeah, it was good.
yeah, I always enjoyed I've always enjoyed when I've gone to different campuses. I haven't gone to many, Penn State, Notre Dame, Michigan State, Ann Arbor, Purdue. I always enjoyed walking around the campuses and just seeing what's
Yeah,
going on. Is there any memorable games you've had at Charlotte that you can
I'll do the one that we won first.
uh,
Um, we were at Tulsa. We were in Oklahoma, and we uh we were down, man, probably 14 in the fourth quarter, and we ended up scoring, getting a stop, and there was probably 2 minutes left. We had a drive to go win the game. And I'm sorry, we were down 15. So at this point, we were down eight. And we had a game-winning drive, took it all the way down. We scored, went for two, and I called the 2-point conversion to send it into overtime. And then we ended up winning in overtime. That was a great memory and a great plane ride back.
nice?
And then the other one, we played Memphis at home in 2023. And Memphis was probably the 27th or 28th best team in the country. That was a good team. I had five catches for 117 yards and we took them into overtime and lost by three in overtime, but played
Uh,
them so close. That was a great memory too.
you learn a lot sometimes from those hard losses. Um,
Yeah, definitely.
so we're here at 2025 and transport portals prevalent. You seem to take use of it, capitalize on it a little bit. Tell us about your decision, I guess. Tell us why Rutgers, what other schools were in play, how does it all work? I'm from old school, so when somebody wanted to transfer, it was like a big deal, and it was like a couple years before they could get to where they wanted to go. Whereas
Right.
now it's so much easier. Can you explain to us a little bit how it all works?
It's very fluid. And for me, you text your compliance officer after you talk to your staff and the coaches and let them know, and your name goes in, that day or the next day. And then I think coaches use a website and it kind of ranks the kids in the portal. And then they can watch film from there and decide who they want to recruit. And um, so yeah, I was on calls all day, text messages, talking to a bunch of different schools. And I think what was important for me, being that I have 1 year left, is, what does the room look like? How can you develop me into the best player I can be? And can we win? And I think those are the three most important things to me. And so ultimately, Rutgers, I think, fit all three of those categories. I really enjoyed their staff and their tight end coach. I think he's going to do a really good job in my development. Um, their tight end room is generally open. Obviously, there's competition everywhere you go, but Competing to be the starter right away is kind of what I was looking for. And so that they had that as well. And then obviously winning. I mean, they were 7-5 last year in the Big Ten. That's a solid season. And so hoping to build on that this year and add value to them. And then again, they're also gonna add value to my game for the next
Right.
level.
Next level, and that's and I don't know if we talked about this off air, but um, the path for a professional career was through football in your eyes, correct?
Yeah, yeah. Basketball is it's a lot tougher to make it nowadays.
Yeah.
There's not as many
Got-
guys on the team, and yeah.
Gotcha. So you go from Biff Hoagie to Bresciano. Now Bresciano, proven winner. Um, he had that program up here in the late 2000s. Things happen. He leaves. He comes back. Tell us your thoughts about Bresciano. Tell us your thoughts about the difference between him and maybe Biff Hoagie, excuse me, and what you like about him.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me was how real he was. I mean, we've had several conversations, some in person, some on the phone, and he always just seems to shoot it straight, which I really appreciate, especially being an older guy. It bugs me and when coaches kind of beat around the bush a little bit because I can tell. And I think as far as differences between him and Biff is the biggest thing is experience and coaching in college is tough. And he coached in the NFL too, and that's even tougher. So I
Right.
think the experience there is a big difference, and then also the connections too, right? Like just being in the league for a couple years, that'll ultimately help me when I'm going through my draft process, and so I'm excited to get to work with him.
You talked about Rutgers facilities. Do they get you like in a diet program? I mean, how does this all work when you get on campus?
Yeah, they do. They have, I mean, you name it. They have it. They have a 5-star chef from Dubai who cooks just for them.
Jesus.
Uh, there's a meal room upstairs, and so we got to eat the food when we were on the visit, and it's really good. And he cooks breakfast and lunch every day, and then there's obviously a ton of food, so you take home dinner as well. So you really get fed all 3 meals every day.
So going back to talking with Greg Schiano, where does your style fit in his offense? Because what I've seen, in the little clips I've watched, great blocker, nice hands, but you're a big guy.
Yeah. I think the versatility aspect of my game, and obviously, I'm excited to develop and get even better. I'm not, nearly where I'd want to be, but I think the versatility in my game has helped me be a true 3 down guy, where I can be in there on first down when we turn around and hand it off, and I can be in there on third down when we're, spreading it out and running routes. So, I think that helps me fit into their offense.
Are you going to have time to catch a basketball game when you're in Piscataway?
I'm sure we actually did go to one when I was on the visit. I'm sure I'll get to one or two more. Yeah.
What's it like? I mean, what's it like? Their basketball's little, I don't
It
know.
it
What
it was their arena was sweet. It was loud in there, and obviously the 2 freshmen that they have are everyone's really excited about them. So they packed it out, and it was loud. It was a cool environment.
I can tell you what, talking about excitement. I was watching a couple podcasts, a couple guys out in Piscataway, and they were super excited about you. And they're talking really high about you. Definitely, I'm excited to keep my eyes on you over and watch you through your next season. But with that said, what other teams hit you up in that transfer portal?
Yeah, oh man, I talked to Oregon, Illinois, Texas A&M, Indiana, Duke. I mean, Pitt, Louisville, a lot of schools. So it was a
Wow,
crazy process.
that's interesting. What's your thoughts on this? What's your thoughts at the current state?
You know, I think it's good for the player. I
Definitely,
think
I feel like it gives the player more leverage.
it does, and the money that's floating around too is cool for players. I think it's a headache for coaches, and I kind of empathize with them because it's tough. I mean, you have to recruit your own team. You know what I mean? Like those guys are already on your team, but you're still recruiting them because they can just hop in the portal and leave. So.
It definitely does make it challenging for the current coach, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the future and how, it gets reformed or changed or capped. I don't know how
Yeah,
what can be done, but definitely I do feel like we're in the wild, wild west era of college athletics.
it certainly is, and like I said, it's a headache for most college staffs.
Well, Colin, I'm gonna let you go. I appreciate your time. I see you do the yawn. So I want to thank you for taking time with the ATR YouTube channel. Good luck in the season. One quick thing, is there anything you want to tell the kids of America?
Uh,
I got a 14-year-old that thinks he's a 5 star, and I don't see the 5 star work ethic. Let's just say that.
Details matter.
Details
Every
matter. Okay.
detail matters.
You heard it from Colin.
Yeah,
Details matter. With that said, thank you. Appreciate it. Good luck. We're gonna follow you. And then I
thank
can't
you.
say it. I kind of want to say it like go, but I can't. I'm sorry. Sammy Go Blue. I can't, but um go Rutgers. How about that?
There we go. There we go. I love it.
Whenever Colin's playing, I want to be go Rutgers. But it gives me a reason to follow him now. I'm excited to
Yeah.
follow Rutgers football.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I appreciate your guys' time as
Good
well. And
luck though. Thank
yeah,
you for your time.
thanks, Sam. I appreciate it.